Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Dario here with another Options and Play video update. Uh, Funnily, while I'm doing this video, BlackBerry probably going to give earnings, and obviously the stock's gonna be moving around. But really, the trade that we have been looking at and what we're seeing in was actually really set up last week. All right, so ramp into the report. You guys have heard me talk about it, right? One of the things I like, or actually basically the three things that I like to look for to really kind of give me confidence in a ramp into report strategy are um, consistent earnings. So 1 to 2 quarter. Well, obviously consistent would be more than one, but like 1, 2, 3, maybe like strong quarters in a row, like top and bottom line beats, right? Consistent action in the sector. So I like to see like strength in that group. So whether it's semis or energy or financials, what have you, right? So consistently strong action in that sector. And then the third thing is like a solid technical setup on the underlying stock, right? So BlackBerry had a pretty good report back in December. The stock actually got hit though. It didn't get rewarded for the earnings report, but the numbers actually were pretty solid. Now, in terms of technicals, right, it had rolled into the bottom of the support range, right? So this was last week. Like my ramp into the report window is about anywhere from like 3 to 7 days out ahead of earnings. So it had rolled into support, right? Got into the 100-day, right? So it was the first test of the 100-day into support from earlier in March. And interestingly, like GameStop, right, AMC, Bed Bath & Beyond, they were actually all acting pretty well. I know that sector-wise, they don't all trade in the same sectors, but they have been trading together as a basket, right? It's been BlackBerry, Palantir, GameStop, AMC, Bed Bath & Beyond, etc., right? So um, what I liked was coming off a good quarter. It was into like kind of like an interesting support level, the 100 of the first test and around 9, and also GME, AMC, like they were all acting for the most part pretty well. So I thought that BlackBerry, when you combine that with option pricing, was interesting as a ramp into the report candidate. Now, it did end up having like a really nice quick bounce, and what the move up to 10 afforded us was the opportunity to cut risk and adjust the strategy, right? Now, sometimes if it moves in my favor for a ramp trade, what I like to do is just take it off, lock in the trade, and like not deal with the earnings risk, right? Because then already made some money, don't deal with like the earnings risk. But in this case, what we tried to do was lock in the initial call and roll up to a spread using basically like the profit from that call. So like the proceeds from that call, roll it up into a spread using kind of like a net debit, roughly similar to what the profit was from that initial call, right? It wasn't exactly perfect, but like that was the goal, was to try to find a spread that had roughly the same net debit. And the reason being, like if BlackBerry ends up getting hit, options expire worthless, well then what you're really doing is just giving back profit or the gains, right? Like you're not really taking like a net debit hit because you're able to reduce risk and just kind of design a strategy using the profit from that initial, right? So this is kind of like what goes through my mind when I'm looking at these ramp into the report trades, right? I mean, that's obviously like a goal is to have the stock move higher and then give you some optionality, right? Whether you want to just lock it in, not deal with it. Maybe you want to adjust the strategy by like, taking off some money, trying to utilize just the profit to like, roll up into like further out of money stuff. Or even sometimes what I'll do is adjust the strategy by turning it into like a strangle or even like a straddle, right? So not all the ramp and report trades work exactly the same. So, I kind of have like some sort of like game plan with how I want to approach each one. And that's how we went with BlackBerry. All right. So we'll see how the earnings actually go. Fingers crossed it's up. But if not, still able to reduce risk and hopefully, you guys were able to like follow along on that one. All right. So, if you like this video and you're looking for more information on trading earnings with options or ramp into report style trades, please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options and play. Hope you have a wonderful night, stay well, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.